So here we are, Instagram. We are on day 4 of a deep detoxification and going to be answering lots of the messages I've been getting around the mucoid plaque that has been coming out, which I've showed you. And obviously a lot of people have no idea what this is, never seen it before. So it's something that has brought a lot of intrigue. And so we're going to dive into that today. And also people have been asking around what a salt flush is. And I'm actually going to probably just do a video showing what that is. People have asked about salt flushes and have asked if they're actually safe, because in Chinese medicine they say they can weaken the system and they can affect the bacteria of the body. Love Chinese medicine, love Vedic medicine. The thing with both of them is that they were developed thousands of years ago, and the world has greatly changed since then. And today we need methods that are more powerful, because we're exposed to a hell of a lot more toxins and stress, etc., than we used to be. And also we've got fantastic things that we can use in the forms of fermented foods, which they had, but also probiotics, etc., to recolonize the gut. And so when you're doing a saltwater flush, it's not something I recommend you doing all the time. If you're going for a particular cleansing period for a few days, that's fine. But otherwise, it'd be something that you can maybe use, quarterly throughout the year. But once you've done them, yes, reintroducing good bacteria, friendly bacteria in the form of things like sauerkraut, coconut, water kefir, probiotics, definitely. And it allows it to remove old fecal matter from the body, which you wouldn't have otherwise been able to get to. And so it's safe as long as you do those things afterwards, put the nutrients and minerals and probiotics back into the body afterwards. And this is also why, as I mentioned before, water fasting and juice fasting just isn't enough anymore. Water fasting has been around, since the dawn of time. It's very, very powerful in terms of detoxifying the body. They say that 72 hours of water fasting, you can completely regenerate the immune system. But once again, we're in a much, much more toxic world. Most of the books around water fasting are written, in the 1950s, like the 1990s. That's like almost 30 years ago, more than 30 years ago now. And even the last 15 years, things have got much, much worse than they were before, even when I first started my healing journey. So I'm going deep into other avenues and looking into things that we need to do. And this is what I'll be teaching in my Masterclass membership, the things that we need to do now to really get to those hard to reach places and to get to all the toxins that are building up in us. And so water fasting, it can still have its benefits, but long term, it's almost, for one day it's good, but even then I would be using other things to help the body, because I said before, the Native Americans talked about this. They said, for man to continue, you have to merge the ancient or the natural with the modern world and combine them both. And just with what we're exposed to on a daily basis today, we're in a different league to what we were even 15 years ago. I said before, the amount of glyphosate that's sprayed on people's foods, completely destroying their gut microbiome, highly toxic. And you've got pesticides, herbicides, larvicides, insecticides, rodenticides, foods growing chemical fertilizer, things they're spraying in the air, over 100,000 industrial chemicals in the air, pollutants, volatile organic compounds, flame retardants. I mean, the list is endless. And then you've got all the antibiotics that have been pumped into food and what people are putting in them in other ways, if you know what I mean. And then we're in a highly stressful world, and we're now being bombarded by technology. So it's about trying to use technology, not let it use you. And that can mean that the body's... Research has shown people are in fight and flight 75 to 85% of the time now, compared to before when it was only 10 to 15% of the time. So this is huge when it comes to not allowing the body to clear. So we need to give it help. And juice fasting is actually more advanced than water fasting, because it does when you're water fasting, it can deplete minerals from the body, which does deplete minerals in the body, whereas juice fasting adds those back in. Juice fasting also is better at removing old fecal matter, but it still doesn't get to the mucoid plaque anywhere near as well as what you can do in with new methods. And so that's really, really essential. And so when it comes to mucoid plaque, people haven't seen it and they don't know what it is. So when you pass it, you'll see it's like it's a black rubbery substance, and you can barely get through it. And if you look into, Dr. Richard Anderson does a lot of work on this, and he talks about he's got some notes here. He said it's a plaque substance that can build up in our bodies, especially in our organs and digestive system. And it happens when our bodies are exposed to things like acids, drugs, and toxic chemicals. Our body naturally makes a special kind of mucus to protect our intestines when too much of it builds up, and it can cause problems. This build-up can happen because of bad bacteria, parasites, or eating unhealthy foods. It's also important to take care of our bodies by eating healthy and avoiding things that can make this yucky substance build up. And when we're being exposed to all these toxins, as well as what we're eating, people are eating highly processed foods. They're combining foods in a way that makes it very hard for the body to break down, which we shouldn't be. They're obviously highly stressed, so their body's not digesting foods properly. Then all the chemicals, the fragrances, the perfumes, everything, then gets put into this plaque, which it takes a while for your body to even clear this out. Before I went on this detox, I did like 4 months or 5 months, no alcohol, literally just eating super clean, no treats, quote unquote, just fruit, meat, clean carbohydrates, root vegetables, and so it's really important, because if you start to try and pull this stuff out of your body when it's not ready for it, that can cause big issues. Because this plaque, it's no wonder people have got cancers, joint pain, inflammation, gut issues, skin issues, arthritis, Crohn's, celiac, depression, anxiety. This stuff leaches out, through the intestinal lining into the bloodstream, causes big issues and massive disease. Dr. Cyril, head of the clinic in Cleveland, he's like one of the greatest surgeons. He said there's no natural death. All deaths come from so-called natural causes and merely the end point of progressive acid saturation. Many people go so far as to consider that sickness and disease are just a cross or an element that God gave them to bear on this earth. However, if they would take care of their body and cleanse their colon and intestines, their problems would pretty much be eliminated, and they could eliminate their issues by proper diet, proper exercise, and in general proper living. And that's true, but that was a while ago as well. So this is why now we need to go deeper with detoxification. And before we even do that, we have to heal it and seal the gut lining, because otherwise, I said before, dangerous to pull things out if your body's not ready for it. So your colon has to be ready for it. Then we have to clean the liver, kidneys, and then we've got other things like parasites, etc. that are in there. And it's so important because research has shown, 90 to 95% of the world have a parasitic or fungal infection. Like Dr. Kellogg, who performed 22,000 operations, he said that he's never found a single normal colon of the 100,000 surgeries that were performed under his jurisdiction. Not over 6% were normal. He said of the many cases in which operations prevented the cleansing and vitalising of the bowel. So he said under the 100,000 operations that were performed under his jurisdiction, and of the 22,000 that he performed, he only noticed 6% of people having a normal bowel. And he said he reckons that over 90% of diseases are due to the improper functioning colon and in the bowel. So this is why normal cleansing in terms of water fasting and juice cleansing isn't enough. And now we have to use certain binders. So traditional ones are like zeolite, bentonite clay, diatomaceous earth. We're going to use activated charcoal, citrus pectin, which are all great. And now we need to use more, and this is what I'll be going into my membership. And so you don't have a colon anymore because of UC. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to hear that. That's crazy. The doctors recommend taking out your colon because of ulcerative colitis. You can heal colitis. We've helped countless people overcome it, and it just comes once again to like ridding the inflammation in your colon and in your gut, healing and sealing the gut lining, and giving you methods to remove the necessary toxins in the gut lining, and then being able to heal it through the right nutrition, the right supplementation, the right diet and the lifestyle. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. No one needs to have any organs removed. You might have seen me put it before. If your doctor advises removing your organs, I suggest removing your doctor. It's an absolutely nonsensical decision. It's barbaric, and the medical industry advises this because they don't have a clue how to heal the body when it comes to chronic illness. Accident, emergency, great. Burns, car crashes, broken bones, etc. Fantastic, that's what they're there for. Anything else, they're terrible at that because they don't know how to do it, they're not taught, and also it's a money-making machine. So the amount of surgeons every year that get put on the roster, the amount of surgeries that goes up every year is directly proportional to the amount of surgeons that get put on the roster. And if all you've got is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So this is why we need to go through deeper detoxification, and I will be teaching this in my up-and-coming membership, going through the stages of it. We're going deep into other, not just detoxification, but we're going into all the other aspects around health and healing, food, mental and emotional, stress reduction, inner child work. There's so much, but detoxification, a lot of that comes with detoxification, because when you start to remove toxins, then the mental and emotional work needs to be done as well as loving yourself, having the correct environment, water supply, food, and it all blends into one. So really looking forward to getting this information out to you guys. And look, if you're going to water fast and you're going to juice fast, it's fine. It's just, in my opinion, nowhere near as efficient and effective as what you could do. And someone said to me the other day, "Oh, Ryan, but the body will release toxins when it's ready." As I said, yeah, and I would agree with them. Like, even 10, 15 years ago, we're in a different world now, completely different world now, with everything that's going on, and so the body needs some help, and that's what we'll be teaching you. So yeah, super exciting. I will be releasing the details of the membership coming out very shortly, in the next couple of days. And so if you're interested, leave me a message or a comment on this video, just so I can, I'll send you, because we're going to have pre-sale prices going out before the early bird, and so you can get in a really good price. And we're going deep into it. Anyway, hope that helps, guys, and a little bit about why we need to do what we're doing, and around what mucosal plaque is. And so just be aware of every time what you're consuming mentally, emotionally, how stressed you are, what you put in your body. Is that real food? Is it nutritious food? Is it organically grown? So this is all really important. Has that food got pesticides, herbicides, larvicides, insecticides, or is it natural? These are all super important. I mean, you're combining the foods. Are you combining foods that should even be combined together? Are you having, are you eating in a rush? Are you actually chewing your food? Most people are not even chewing their food properly. You should be chewing your food into a paste. As Adele will say, you should chew your water and drink your food. So there's no teeth down there. So it's all super important, which we'll go into as well. And yeah, we're going to it. What do I suggest incorporating? Yeah, binders, but we'll be going deep into the ones I've been researching, so we'll be able to really affect the most change, and we'll go through that in the membership site. Cool. All right, people, lots of love. Hope that helped. I will be releasing the details of the membership site and then what we'll be doing very soon, the prices, etc. If you want in on that, if you're interested, leave me a comment below or a message, and we'll go from there. Lots of love. Take care, and speak to you soon. Bye-bye.